Hey guys, how you doing? If you came from the other video, thanks for clicking on the link and coming to this one. And if you clicked on this video because you want to know how to make a heat tile, then you've come to the right place. What is a heat tile? A heat tile is a heated ceramic tile thingy. Just add in here before you go wasting all your tape. Make sure there is a way for you to get your heat tile inside your enclosure. Because once you've done this up, you either have to have a hole big enough to fit your tile through or a hole big enough to fit this through. Basically, a heat tile is going to be 2 or 3 tiles. I'm just going to use the 2 tiles because I'm not making a very big one. And then what you do is you put the heat cord in between them, sandwich them together, tape them up. You can silicone them, you can tape them up. Just make sure that you're using the correct tape. For this video we're going to be using ducting tape covered in my dog's fur, because this has been used for quite a bit of stuff. This stuff's a little bit expensive, but I've used it for many projects. You can get aluminium or alfoil tape, which is way stickier and way better for this, but it's quite expensive. But when you're making stuff like this, it's a little bit better to not go cheap. I've seen a few people get away with using other tapes, but to be safe, just use something that's a little bit heat resistant. It also means that it's not going to let go, because some tapes will lose their stickiness and get real ooey gooey when you put a little bit of heat to it. So yeah, I found this stuff works quite well for heated cord or heat mats. So yeah, let's get on with the video. If you're using heat cord, which is basically what this video is for, because if you're using a heat mat, it's a whole different set of rules for that. There's an area of the cord that's not heated, which is basically the lead. On this particular model, which is, I don't know who this is by, but it's quite thin. I do like this one and it works quite well. There's a little blue line, I don't know if you can see that. Now that blue line is to indicate where the heat cord actually starts, because there is no difference in the size here. Some other heat cords have a connecting bit here that goes bigger, or the heat cord's bigger or something, but there will always be something to tell you where the heat cord starts. This is quite a large tile for this heat cord. This was originally another heat tile, that's why there's a bit of tape on it. But it was for a much bigger, it was for a 100-watt heat cord, which is 12 meters long, and this is like 3 meters long, and it's a 30-watt heat cord. So originally with the bigger one, what the other person did when they made it was wrap the heat cord around the tile and sandwiched it in between 2 other tiles, which worked well because it was such a big heat cord that was able to get it. Most of it wound up in one spot, but because this is only a tiny heat cord, we're just going to run it around, stick it down with some tape, sandwich it together and tape it up. We'll give these a quick clean up and then we will get sticking. So now what you're going to want to do is get your other tile and put it over the top, sandwich it down, and then just bomb it in tape until you can't see any more gaps. I'll just add in here, before you go wasting all your tape, make sure there is a way for you to get your heat tile inside your enclosure. I should have mentioned this at the start of the video, but I'll mention it now, and I might go back and chuck a little reminder at the start of the video. Because once you've done this up, you either have to have a hole big enough to fit your tile through or a hole big enough to fit this through. If you have an enclosure like this Reptile 1 enclosure, they have these little things in the back here where you pop out a little cap and you can get a whole PowerPoint, you lead through there, and then there's a couple of holes up the top there. And that allows you to put a heat, well, it allows you to put anything really that has a PowerPoint, a power lead thingy through it. And then what you do is you put this in and twist it to the settings of how many holes you want, which is pretty good, but It's not really in the right spot, but we'll make this tile, we'll use it in the other one that I've got, and we'll see how it goes compared to this one. All right, let's get wrapping. And there it is. There you have it, your very own heat tile that you made yourself so you feel a little bit better about it. There is one thing that I will note is that reptiles, animals, they do not pay attention to what it looks like. All they're worried about is it going to kill me? If it makes it look a little bit messy to make it safer, then make it safer and have it a little bit messy. Don't have any tabs that'll lift up. I'll probably add a little bit more tape to this after it. But don't have any lips hanging up over it, so when your reptile or animal move over the top of it, they don't get stuck to it. Trust me, tape sucks to get off snakes. One of my first relocations was a Jew guy, and I put him in a holding enclosure, and I put a hide in there, which was just a cardboard box with a cutout on it. And unfortunately that hide had a little bit of this tape in it. It got stuck to the Jew guy. I was panicking. It was panicking. It was actually horrific. Like, it was terrible. But I got the tape off of him and it was real easy. And the snake didn't have any problems or suffer any damage because of it. So that was a lot better than I thought. I started panicking when it happened. But yeah, so that is your own heat tile. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to wrap it up here. Take it easy, stay awesome, and remember, you can't fail if you try. See ya.